Yeah, it's freaking stupid. Is what it is.
Whenever you're ready, though, Screw.
All right. Well, what's up, everybody?
What
Welcome
up?
to Twinstiq Game Club. This is my deal today. This is my recommended game was HammerFight.
Fight with
Little-
hammers and maces.
Little 2D,
And
little
lots
2D
of
kind of.
you fight with lots of things.
Yeah, fight with. There's lots of weapons. Yeah, it's actually really fun. I'm sorry you guys didn't get to play it.
Should have called it Chapter Fight.
Yeah, copter fight. Yeah, that's really what it is. Little flying machines with like chains and maces and hammers and axes and cool shit. Just you swing them around and beat other things up. It's just a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's
See,
a
now
pretty creative way to do a fighting game because it's kind of what it is.
It is.
Now I just wish it was a simulation of you sitting in front of somebody and you each have a hammer and you're busting each other's kneecaps.
just like
HammerFight.
just like Rock'em Sock'em Robots, but with hammers. Just bam, bam.
I mean, you watch people play Ark Survival Evolved. That's basically what they're just hitting each other with hammers in the knees. So there you go.
Yeah. Like Minecraft videos where they're out punching trees and stuff.
Don't get it started on Ark.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Ark is. I don't know about Ark.
Well, don't you know it's just because you're a stupid asshole who won't pay $20.
That's right.
Nobody.
Anybody that doesn't like Ark is an idiot. Clearly.
Yep.
Yes, play a game for pre-alpha and then pay again for DLC for a game they haven't even finished.
That's right.
You're just entitled and you don't know what's good for you. Is their response? I'm glad that's what their response was. It's always good when you call your customers shitlords.
Yeah, you guys are assholes.
I can't believe you bought our game, you assholes.
Anyway, sorry.
That's all right. That's all right.
That's our one news segment for the day.
People that actually pay attention to this will notice that our man Lost Wolf / Grey Wolf is not with us today. He should be back soon. Hopefully, we would like to see him again. We all miss Grey Wolf.
Grey Wolf.
He's a cool guy. But anyway, this game, again, it's about HammerFight. This is a 2D side-scroller beat-em-up type game with a pretty cool story. Basically made by one guy. Cranks Productions is the developer, and I recommend looking it up. It's only on Steam, though. You will not find it on GOG, and he probably has it on his own website. I actually never looked for that. However, warnings to be had by all, as this game is not polished. It's fairly old. There's no widescreen. There's no. I mean, it's getting to a point where it's basically obsolete, but it's still cool and it's pretty inexpensive. So I definitely recommend it. It is weirdly frustrating. Some things don't make any sense at all, but it's pretty much a literal translation from another language that we don't know in America. So, but if you pay attention to it, the story is actually pretty cool. It's a little bit predictable and a little bit cheesy, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I like it a lot.
It certainly seemed like it was going to start going how I think it's going to start going.
Yeah. I
That's
mean,
the impression I got from it.
Yeah, you're the last of a warrior sect called the Gyre. This takes place in sort of a Middle Eastern Arabian type setting, and you're in a little personal flying machine with like crazy weapons that there's no chance physically that you would ever be able to fly with these things, like giant rocks on chains and stuff. But it's a lot of fun. I like it a lot. I understand it's very frustrating, and Cody was having a problem with it. I don't know if George even got to play it, but there is a video on the Twinstiq LP site. It's almost 2 hours long, and the only reason it's that long is because I didn't edit out all my multitudes of deaths.
It's still entertaining to watch, though, just the gameplay. And it's not like it's not entertaining to play. I'm just apparently don't have the ability to competently play it.
Well, it is, like I said, I think it's getting a little obsolete. Like I said, you have to turn your mouse DPI all the way up because that is your only controller. There is no keyboard controls except for like escape to get to the menu.
Yeah.
So my big thing is I'm not a big fan of those types of game, and I call them like bullet hell games. I don't know if that's a technical term.
Yeah, it's not exactly. It's similar, but it's not really what it is.
Yeah, it's nothing like Metal Slug. It may look like one just in terms of the art direction, but the game itself is actually extremely unique. It's a 2D fighting game, first and foremost, I would describe it as.
Yeah.
But instead of having combos and stuff, you just move your helicopter around, and then the physics just swing whatever your weapon is around your helicopter, and you have to hit.
And
other
I thought that was
helicopters.
pretty cool. I thought the physics based of the game was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I have to give it that. I think that's really cool. Just for me, it's not my type of game.
Yeah, right. No, I totally get it, because it is. I mean, when I first started, I was like, oh, I hate this. But then I got to play it a little bit, and I figured out that I could adjust my DPI on my mouse, and it became much more controllable. And actually, it's actually very accurate in terms of controllability, because you get multiple weapons. You can hold 2 weapons. And once you learn how that works, you can actually aim those weapons in different directions, like the faces, like the hands of a clock, essentially. So you can, like, if you have a sword, you can hold it in one position with your mouse as you're flying around, and you can, like, stab enemies that are coming at you really quick. So they'll accidentally kill themselves on you while you're fighting another guy off on another. It's really cool. It's really cool. And you can throw things. You can throw your weapons, but that's risky. It's risky because if you do that and you don't get it back at the end of the match, you lose that weapon. You never can buy it again. You can never find it again. So it's really risky. There's a lot of risk reward. There's a few different game modes, and the only reason I'm going through this so quickly is because you guys didn't really get to play it. The hunt mode, the arena mode. There's a solo path mode, and then like the stupidest, the hammer ball mode, which sounds like it would be fun, but it's really just annoying. Mostly because the training for Hammerball has nothing to do with Hammerball. The training for Hammerball is what you would think Hammerball actually is. What it is you start in sort of an arena. It's a vertical arena, and there's like a sort of Rube Goldberg device that they roll this ball down off a couple of ramps, and then once it falls off the ramp, you're supposed to swing your hammer and hit it as high as it will go.
Oh, okay.
That's how you train for Hammerball.
Oh.
Now, to pass Hammerball, you have to beat the record set by the CPU, and it's ridiculously difficult. But when it actually comes time to play Hammerball, it has nothing to do with that. There's a ball on the screen. It's more like Rocket League. You're just hitting a ball towards the other end into a goal. It just there's no reason for the training to be the way it is. It's the dumbest thing. So I don't recommend Hammerball at all, especially because the CPU is so much more powerful than you, because they can just pick up the ball.
Is there not like a multiplayer portion of like
there
a
is
versus
multiplayer?
Mode? Since
there is
this
multiplayer.
is definitely a fighting game, and I love fighting games, but I guess I just can't beat the AI. So it'd be fun to play like against people.
Yeah, well, there's no online multiplayer. It's same machine, multi-mouse multiplayer.
It's local co-op.
Right, and you have to. No, it's not. It's not co-op. I guess it could be. I don't know. I've never tried it.
It's local multiplayer. Sorry.
Right.
Yeah.
I've never tried that because you have to have multiple mouse on your computer.
And you just plug
and
in.
it's on the same machine. It's all there, and there's no split screen. It just happens in one spot. So it's probably not that great.
Yeah, like that's like how fighting games work, though. So.
Right.
That's fine.
But anyway, yeah, I really dig this game. I like it because of how unique it actually is. The controller is, I think, pretty good, because once you get used to it, it is a little weird to start, especially if you're running with a low DPI, because it's almost impossible to control it. But after that, you start getting the idea of weapons have different weights. Some of the chains may be longer on some of the maces.
So they swing faster or stuff like that.
Yeah, light stuff you can hit a little bit faster with, and I really enjoy it. But what did you guys think from the video? What did you guys think about it?
I thought, how do I put this? So I thought that the game had interesting aspects. I thought the idea of physics. It's very physics based, what you don't really see in these types of games, and that was really interesting to me. I thought the art direction was interesting, but in no way really unique.
Yeah, it is very Metal Sluggish. The art direction was.
Yeah, it's pretty generic looking. So what else? Anything else?
The more I watched it, the more I was just kind of like, I wish I could actually play it, because I think it would be interesting It's probably a type of fighting game I would really get into because I get into them quite a bit. I would just have to sit down with somebody, have two mice plugged into the computer, and just swing it at each other.
Yeah.
Throw a few drinks back. It'd be fun.
Yeah,
Fun ride,
yeah,
I'm
right.
sure. It's just I don't know. Maybe the game needed like difficulty settings for people who don't play games well like I do.
Right. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a literal translation of a game made by basically one guy.
Yeah. In 2009, no less. So it's
right.
getting up there.
It's a little bit older. I have a good time with it. But I agree, there are a lot of problems. Like the game's menu is basically broken.
Really, the menu is kind of the only problem I had. Once I got into the game, I thought this controlled well and stuff. And I never thought that it was ever the game's fault that I would die or fuck up or not be able to swing my hammer in the right direction. It was definitely because I just for whatever reason couldn't wrap my brain around getting everything down correctly.
Yeah.
But eventually the game felt sorry for me and was like, would you like to just pay to skip to the next level?
Yeah.
I was like, yes. And then it was like, all right, let's have you fight 2 of them. And I was like,
yeah, that's right.
I'll try for like 10 minutes. I spent an hour trying to fight 1. Couldn't do it, but...
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think that, for some people the game is, their cup of tea, and unfortunately it's just not mine.
Yeah,
that happens.
And it's not the first time. I mean, there's plenty of games out there that I don't like.
Sure.
Well, not everyone has to like everything, too. Ghostbusters.
Blowing out your ass there, but with that being said, I mean, I respect for what it was and what it tried to accomplish, and I think that's cool. Like I said, I really like the physics base of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not too many fighting games that have you fight just with the physics of the game.
Yeah.
Which is definitely unique.
And when you get good, like I said, you can throw weapons, and if you're good at that, you can hit people with weapons and then go catch them before they fall to the ground again.
Oh, Jesus.
It's a lot. It's really cool. And then there's also there are also specific throwing weapons that you can buy in the armory that are meant to lose. They're just cheap. So if you throw them and hit something with their bombs and like acid and kunai knives and tons of like cool stuff that you can just throw at them. And there's also armor that you can. The more armor you have, of course, it slows you down a little bit. There are different classes of armor. There's light and medium and heavy. But if you have armor on and you select it in your UI, and you hit the I believe it's the left mouse button. I'm trying to remember that now. Left mouse button will make your armor form a cocoon around you, so that you can block a shot or two.
Oh, that's cool.
It's actually pretty well thought out considering its age and sort of definition. But
no, I definitely agree on that part. I'm wondering, because this is only on Steam, but was this originally planned to be developed for something else? Since the menu navigation seems so strange to navigate with a mouse, I'd imagine.
It is weird. It feels like a controller game.
Yeah, it did feel like a controller game to me.
Like maybe he was trying to get it published on Xbox Live Arcade and couldn't get it through or something like that.
I looked for it on consoles, and obviously I didn't find it.
No, I think it's only on Steam. I really don't know if it's a lot of its backstory, other than like I said, it's just made by Cranks Productions. And now they made some other stuff too. I couldn't tell you offhand.
I was looking at their last game here that they put out in 2014. It's like a role-playing game, but you play a car, and it's like a racing game, but it's a role-playing game. It sounds kind of interesting.
Racing RPG.
But it's also like a CRT monitor Metal Slug art style.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna talk a little bit about the story if we're ready to move on a little bit about that.
Yeah, that sounds good.
No. Hey, you asked.
All right, so the story is this. It's very simple, but fairly well written, I think. Like I said, it's a little cheesy. It's a little directly translated, so some of it doesn't make a lot of sense. But essentially, it is this, right? You are the son of a guy in this like a nobleman, essentially, in this warrior clan called the Gyres. And there are different clans, and they all use these little helicopters, and they live in floating islands in the sky, right? It's a very fantasy type world.
Mm-hmm.
And so, there's wars happening and this and that, and there's also these giant worms, these giant flying worms that have threatening these floating cities and all the time. So they have the guards are essentially in little flying machines, and they prove themselves by killing other warriors and these guys, and it's just a very warrior honor-based society. And so you're eventually attacked. Your hometown is attacked,
Mm-hmm.
The Gyre city, and everyone dies except you. You're captured and sold into slavery. And as a slave, they learn that, oh, well, you're a Gyre, and there are no warriors better than the Gyres. Except apparently for the guys that killed all the Gyres. but
You're the best.
That
except
little
for people that kill
pothole
you.
did make it past, but I'm glad
Yeah.
you brought it up.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But no warriors are better than the Gyres, so obviously you're very valuable. And instead of just selling him to slavery, what we're going to do is make him we're going to make him an arena fighter, and he's going to do what we tell him to. And so for a while, it's just about, you don't have any weapons. You're just avoiding people. And if you get hit, you start over. And that gets really annoying. And there's a lot of that kind of stuff that happens. And then, like Cody said, you fight one guy, and then suddenly there's another guy. And then they're like, well, just to make sure, we're going to go ahead and put 3 guys in there. You just, it gets worse and worse. And then pretty soon they're having you fight animals. And then pretty soon after that, they're saying, well, you're gonna throw weapons up here and destroy this baskets, and basically the whole game is training you for the second half of the game.
Okay.
And it's cool to go through, but it is extremely obnoxious because you will die again and again and again and again.
Yeah, as I found in the very first tutorial one-shot area. They stick you in. I couldn't even.
Yeah, it happens. But as you go along, you'll also if shortly after that, you'll unlock the armory. So if you do that, you can go in and say, okay, well, I can spend money on maybe a better weapon, and that oftentimes will help you greatly. And you can hold 2 weapons, and then eventually they tell you, oh yeah, did you know that you can link 2 weapons? So you can have, say, you got a sword. And then your second weapon is I don't know. Let's just say offhand, maybe it's an axe. So you can say, okay, I want to link these 2 weapons, and now you've got basically a sword with an axe on the other end of it that you can swing around like a fan blade, like a propeller. And once you're really good with that, it becomes very helpful. So you can use 2 weapons at the same time, in congruity with each other, and that gets pretty fun. And in also the throwing weapons and the armor. And once you're able to make all these things work, the game feels very cool. You feel pretty unbeatable, but you can still get your ass kicked in a moment. Because I've mentioned this many times, high DPI mouse is the way to go. You can't play this game without that. It's just not possible.
My mouse
so
has an 8200 DPI, but
mine too.
Wasn't enough. But I don't think it was. I don't think it wasn't enough. I just think I'm just bad.
just not able to get it to it. Yeah. Well, I mean, it can be very difficult. Sometimes you have to walk away and come back, and maybe you go, okay, I can move a little differently now, or sometimes you just get lucky. There's a point in the game when I was playing through the first story, and I think it shows it in there even. And they're like, well, the challenge is that, that this guy wants to buy you, and he's like an old friend of the family. He wants to buy you away from us. But what we want you to do first, if you choose to, we're going to let you choose this, but if you can just go now if you want, or you can make a whole lot of money if you go and fight this animal. They call it a sophit. Basically, it's just like a flying crab scorpion thing. It's crazy. And they're really tough. They'll kill you in one hit if they hit you. Jeez. Or can hit you. So So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna give it a shot. I'll try it. And I don't know. It was just lucky. It rammed me into the ceiling and happened to kill itself on my weapon in one shot. So I was like, okay, there we go. And it just, you just make shitloads of money from doing that.
Yeah.
Or you can spend hours trying to kill this thing over and over again. But you get lucky, and it's cool because the environment is sort of destructible. So you can hit something, and stones will fall down, and if they happen to land on enemies, they can hurt them and destroy their armor. And there's a lot of little idiosyncrasies that you have to deal with, but it's a pretty fun game. I like it a lot. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I would like to recommend for you guys to check it out again, try it again.
Yeah, I'll try it again this week, absolutely, and see if I can get past the second stage there.
Yeah.
And maybe try to catch up to where we're at now. But if not, then I'll just watch your video again.
Right. Yeah. I'll play through the second half. I'll try to anyway. Like, I've been pretty busy lately, but I'm gonna try and play through the second half, and it shouldn't take long. Like the whole game, if everything goes really smooth, the whole game's only about 4 hours.
Okay. Cool.
So, but the cool thing is that there's like an infinite arena mode where you can just keep gaining ranks and more money and more weapons and more.
Oh, awesome.
There's unfortunately no online things to show that. There's no way to present yourself as this.
Yeah, to be like, look at how cool I am at beating people with hammers.
Yeah, right.
That's kind of a bummer.
Yeah,
but again, made by one guy, leaderboards aren't an easy thing.
Yeah, exactly. Who cares? I don't really like leaderboards anyway, but in a fighting game,
really
that's
either.
that's one thing you want.
That's a big deal. But I mean, also, if you have people who can come over and bash each other's heads in, and you go, oh, wow, cool, look at you. I'm terrified of you.
Yeah. Yeah, especially because your look also changes. You get these really long, like, flowing banners and
cool.
You're when you start out, you have nothing. You have just like a little blue lantern hanging below you, and then pretty soon you're getting these like little, kind of reminds me of Aaron's coin skirts and stuff. They start hanging below you with little coins on chains, and
or like the scarves in Journey.
Right? Yeah, very very long flowy stuff, and it's pretty cool.
Everybody likes long flowy stuff.
Yeah,
it's true.
Yeah, it's neat.
Yeah,
it's neat. It's if you think about it in terms of the game's physics, it's still like the most dangerous thing ever to have these long flowing things in a helicopter, right? Where it's just like, you get your cape caught in the blades.
You just tear yourself apart. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a terrible idea, but it's really cool.
I'm sure it would probably just get, cut up like a wood chipper by your helicopter blades and wouldn't do anything at all, unless your cape's made of like steel or some shit.
Maybe. Yeah, it's a lot of fun though. I enjoy it quite a bit. It is. I really just want to reiterate, anybody that's interested in getting this game, it's really inexpensive, and it's fun. But just be prepared because it's so frustrating. It's really frustrating. But they do give you the opportunity to skip a level if it becomes frustrating.
Yeah. I think for me, I just kind of have to archive this one in the games that I would like to play, but have to put it in the realms of like the Warcraft RTS games or Divinity Dragon Commander as just a game that I like, but apparently don't know how to play because can't get past the the tutorial bits. But when you're bad at games like me, that's just how that works. So.
Well, but I mean, you're good at games that I'm like. I'm totally not good at
everyone's
the hero shooters and all that kind of stuff. I'm not very good at those. So.
I'm not really good at those either. But
those
also don't have a story mode that say, hey, you get to stay right there.
Yeah. No, it's cool. So I don't know if anybody has anything else to say. There's not a whole lot else to say about it right now. It's just
it's still, pretty early on in the.
Yeah, we only played up to chapter 3, so.
Yeah.
I think there's 5 chapters if I remember correctly.
All right.
Let me see. 3 and 4 would be the finish. The first 3 chapters are really long. If you ever look it up, there's a description page on where to go to, and it tells you each mission, and this is what you have to accomplish. And then at certain points, there's choices you have to make. Are you going to follow this path or this path? Which is also kind of a cool thing. And it will tell you usually if this path is harder or this path is, excuse me, easier. But yeah, if you ever find that page out there, just search for I don't know, how long is HammerFight or whatever, and they'll just list it out for you.
All right.
And it's ridiculous. It's a little ridiculous, but each one of those things lasts. I mean, sometimes they last like 3 seconds. You know, it's just like, oh, you did it.
Yeah. I can see that happening because it happened to me a couple times. Where like most of the time I would last maybe a minute or two in a round before I died. Pretty proud of that. And then sometimes it would start, and the dude would just be like,
yeah, blam, blam, blam.
So I could see if you're on the other side of that, you could probably get through levels pretty fast if you were super good.
Yeah. Some of the cool stuff about that, like the swords, like I said, you can stab with. So if you manage to do that and against armor, the sword will separate the armor. And if you're good enough with 2 weapons, if you have another one, you can just bash the shit out of them right through their armor because you've separated it with the sword.
Yeah.
There's definitely a skill level that you can use. Heavier weapons will destroy armor, so it's just negatable. So it's interesting. It's fun. It's fun to go through. I recommend it for people who are kind of like me, right? You're into the Dark Souls, just torturous, terrible stuff happening to you all the time. However, don't use that as a real comparison though, because the longer you play it, there's no rewards for playing it longer. Eventually, you'll be able to buy more weapons, but that's it. You're not really going to get better by playing through, and there's no resting and respawning and stuff. You don't get better. There's no levels, no skill tree. You're just a guy.
Yeah, according to howlongtobeat.com, it takes 4.5 hours to do everything in it. There was one person who took 8 hours, but that's one outlier. So
yeah, that's I actually
that would be
I
me.
don't. Yeah. There's just so many things happening. I also recommend maybe this will help you too, Cody. Turning off the effects.
The effects.
There's a screen effect that comes up, and it really slows the game down. It doesn't seem to matter. I usually have to turn it off too.
Okay.
So if it might help you control the ship a little quicker.
Sure.
All it does is make things a little shinier. There's like ghost glows, when you swing your weapon, it leaves a little trail behind it and stuff, and it's just the worst optimization. It's really bad. So I would just recommend turning that off, and it might help. It might feel a little more controllable.
Will do.
Other than that, I mean, I think we're done talking about this. There's not a whole lot to it. It's just stupid fun.
All right. Sweet.
Stupid fun's always good.
Stupid fun. Cool.
So unless anybody else has anything to say.
No, just, sorry we kind of took a break. We kind of all needed that little break. And tune in next week where are we finishing HammerFight?
I think the plan is to finish it just because it's GameClub, and then we'll...
So we'll finish HammerFight next week, and then we'll move on and do our re-rolls to see what game we play next.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So
and hopefully next week we'll be back with our regular podcast too.
Yeah. That was another thing I was going to mention. This week. I don't think the actual podcast is going to happen again. All of us are pretty busy right now, and real life takes precedence. And also, there's just not really been anything happening. So
yeah,
so here we go.
Yeah, I still haven't even picked up Deus Ex, which would be the only thing I would want to talk about. So
yeah.
And hopefully we'll get a Grey Wolf to play this game, and he'll be able to give his thoughts on this next week as well. We'll see if he even exists anymore.
Right.
He's gonna come back all like, I'd rather just fish for the rest of my life.
That's right.
Be an old man in the sea.
All right, so I guess that's it, guys. Thank you very much for joining us today for the Game Club podcast for HammerFight. I've been Scrooloose. We've had, of course, Yoda and Tree Legend Killer, as always. Sadly, no Grey Wolf, but he will be back.
Maybe.
Yeah, hopefully.
Maybe.
Anyway, thank you, guys. I think that's it.
All right.
Yep.
Goodbye.
Bye, Internet. See you next week.
All right.
Ready when you are, Mr. Host.
Mr. Host? That's what they call me.
Mr.
Host.
He's the hostess with the mostest.
Never do that again.
Never do that again. All right.
Now I have to.
I guess I'm gonna start. All right. 3, 2, 1. I don't care about counters. What's up, everybody?
Fuck counters.
Welcome to the Twinstiq Game Club podcast. This is going to be part 2 of a video for HammerFight, a game which nobody but me played because they hate it.
I don't hate it. I'm just so bad at it, and like I think I would really like it if I could do it, but I can't do it.
I haven't been here for the last 3
Yeah,
weeks.
right. I was just going to do some introductions. You know,
I
myself.
hope you caught enough fish to last a lifetime.
Yeah, right. After that long of a trip, you probably ate it. So yeah, it's just me. I'm Scrooloose. What's up, guys? Everyone. And with me, as always, is True Legend Killer, our man George, and
Hello.
Cody Hall, the coolest guy. Also, my future brother-in-law. Excellent man. And welcome back to Grey Wolf. I have missed
Hello.
you, Grey Wolf. I think
I
you've all
missed me
missed
too.
you.
Don't feel bad.
I miss me too.
We
yeah.
all miss you.
I'm sick. So if I cough, I apologize.
No, it's all good. We do. I'm drinking beer right now. It's gonna be great. I might burp a little
Oh,
bit.
good.
It's gonna be all kinds of fun. So, as I said, this is part 2 of the HammerFight podcast. I think I posted another video. Well, I know I did because I spent a lot of time doing it. And hopefully you guys watched it. I don't know if Gray got a chance to check it out a little bit.
I walked through the door yesterday.
Right.
All I did was sort out stuff that needed to be sorted out, and
Okay.
then hang out with some friends and slept. And today, all I did was watch movies and slept because I'm still sick.
All right. That's fair enough, I guess. Guess I'll let that go this time. Great.
Fair enough.
you get this one. That's it, though.
Everybody gets one.
Everybody gets one.
All right. So, what, did you guys watch the second video?
I did.
I did.
Okay. So you see what I mean by annoying and a lot of silliness. I actually edited out probably almost an hour probably worth of failures
Oh,
in that video. Yeah, it's ridiculous. You know, I love that game so much. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of like cool physics and tons of weapons and just cool stuff. And the story, like I said, is a little bit cliche, but it's there. But if you guys watch the video, all I want to hear is opinions because that's all there is to it. Basically, there's not a whole lot to say about
Sucking, you're
it.
horrible.
All right.
I mean, I thought it was pretty pro considering how I couldn't defeat a single enemy in my 2 hours of playing this game. But I mean, the story itself went basically exactly where I thought it was going to go until it had like no resolution at the end, and he just started spinning forever. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
could have had an ending there, but
He
that's
made an
alright.
escape, and then that was all it was. It just travels forever and probably dies trying to escape. And it's kind of sad. It's sad and lonely ending. Yeah.
But yeah,
What do you think?
I thought the story was all right. I've seen worse. I've seen better. Was pretty cool, but
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was okay. And like I said, I reiterate this because I think it's a pretty cool accomplishment. This is a game made basically by one guy in his
Yeah.
basement, and
And-
it's a
and
literal
let-
translation, and it's cool.
yeah, and like I said last time, I think like next time I come down or you come up, like I'll probably have a lot of fun like playing this as like a fighting game.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Against you, like that would be fun. Like that seems like where I would have the fun with this game.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a lot of fun to play. I've never tried the multi-mouse thing, so if you do it here, you'll have to bring a mouse.
Yeah.
Because I don't have another one. But yeah, I mean, you could probably find a laptop mouse and a little dongle or something. But yeah, I mean,
oh
it
God.
could be cool to
Those.
check out that way. I just figured it would be annoying as a single screen multiplayer. But I guess most of the game basically takes place on one screen too. So anyway, what did you think, George? Tell me.
I don't know. I just thought that it was more of the same. I wasn't too thrilled by the story, mind you.
Mhm.
But I understand it, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know. I just think that it's interesting to watch, but not really to, I guess, play for someone like me. I don't know.
Yeah, right. You told me you're not really into these types of games, so that's all right.
But I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's like the worst thing in the world. So,
All right. All right.
I mean, I think I would still recommend it for certain people. And that's, a biggest, like, compliment I could give it, I guess.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
No, it makes perfect sense. Yeah, no, it's not for everyone. I mean, when we mention this, and it'll be in the first video over and over, this game is not polished. Okay, this is a very, it's kind of rudimentary, I guess, but the physics are really cool. Like,
what matters that to make the game work without being totally broken and work perfectly fine. Like the physics engine, the controls, and the character controller all seem really, really tight. But yes, it definitely seems like it could have used a bit more polish. But again, it is one dude, and who knows how long he took to make it. So
yeah, right. Who knows? I liked it. I think it's cool. It's not expensive, and I recommend everybody. I think everyone should play this or try. It's not expensive.
Yeah, it's definitely worth picking up. If not, to just probably slam a hammer around with your friends on the same computer and see how fun that might be.
Hey, you got a package.
All right. It's Sunday though, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Sunday delivery is a thing, though, occasionally. Depends on when you order it.
That dude working overtime? Probably the last comic book I bought.
Well, anyway. Yeah, so, I mean, it's a 2D side-scroller. For anybody who's interested, it's a 2D side-scroller fighting game. All you use is your mouse, and I've mentioned it before again in the first video. You're going to hear about this. You've got to turn your mouse DPI all the way up if you're interested in playing this. It doesn't matter what it is. You have to turn it up all the way, or you will not be successful. It's a terrible, terrible controller if you cannot turn your mouse DPI up. And I found, previously I think my mouse DPI was like 5,000, and I've since years of playing games and stuff, I've got one that's 8,200 now, and I'm sure there are like 14,000 DPI mouses now, but
probably.
And that might help even more, but you don't really need that. It was made for 2,000 DPI. In fact, that's as high as the menu will actually go.
Oh.
As far as calibrating your mouse through the menu, it'll only go up to 2,000, but it'll recognize higher. The menu is a little broken. It's a little difficult to traverse it, but I think probably the biggest compliment I would like to give the game, aside from the actual gameplay, the physics and the twirling of objects and throwing weapons and stuff, and there are actually some kind of minute skills to get it used to. But aside from that, I really love the music in this game. It's only like maybe 2 tracks altogether. But they're so, I don't know, complimentary, and they fit the game's atmosphere, the theme of the game so well.
They really do.
And it never really sounds repetitive to me. I actually really like it a lot. I mentioned before, there are some really shitty spots in it, right? I mean, most of it is not. It's not fair. It's geared to kill you over and over and over again. And maybe this comes from playing Dark Souls a lot, but I really like that.
Gotta get good.
Yeah, right. There is that, and I hate that. I hate that get good mentality. But the thing about this game is that the sad part about it is there's no risk reward. That's the biggest problem for me. There's no way to actually get better as a character. Your character is always the same. You can buy new weapons as you make money, and if you're having issues, you can go back and play other game modes to make money to buy new weapons. But really, that's it. And the new weapons are oftentimes more powerful, and there are even special ones you can get based on your choices. But for the most part, if you're really bad at this game and you're not going to make it through, you probably will never finish it, because you can't. There's no way to increase your skills. There's no tree. There's nothing. It's just swinging an object at somebody else more and more times until you're so sick of it you have to leave and come back later. But really, there's not a whole lot else to say about HammerFight. It's just a kind of a cool title. Somebody made it, and it's like I said, it's a literal translation. The story's kind of Story's kind of predictable, but it's decent, I guess, for the type of story it is. And I think the game is actually put together pretty well, even though there's really no polish at all. So again, I'm sorry you guys didn't really enjoy it that much.
Hey,
but
it's an experiment. Like I said, I think the biggest thing it had going for me was the visuals. I think visually it's a really nice game.
Mhm.
Besides that, I mean, it's just not something that interests me.
Yeah, right.
I really like fighting games, so I'm bummed that I didn't get the chance to play it as a fighting game for this game club, because I probably would have dug it if I could have.
Mhm. Yeah. Okay. No, I agree with that, and yeah, I think I would like to check that out. Whether I'm up there or here next, because like I said, I've never tried that. Because the only way to play multiplayer is with another mouse.
2 mice, which is really a wacky way to do that. I feel. But
yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, it's very weird. There's no multiplayer servers or anything like that.
It will be a unique experience nonetheless. So that will be
right.
fun.
Right. And my next game club recommendation will be better. I promise.
As long as it's simple enough for dumb Cody here to be able to actually play.
Yeah, you're gonna dig. We already talked about it. We've talked about this before. I think everybody's gonna love this. I don't know. Maybe Gray won't. Maybe Gray won't love it. But,
Gray doesn't love anything.
That's probably true.
He's old and cynical.
Hey, we've talked about that before. I do like things, just very specific things.
Yeah, right.
I know. I'm just giving you crap because I've missed you.
But anyway, that's probably about it. I mean, there's really not a lot to say about the game. It's very simple. And maybe that's what I like so much about it. There's really no complication. It's
there aren't a lot of games like this which are just a simple, concise little thing where it's like, this is what the game is. There's nothing bogging it down to make it really bloated. It's just here's what I am, and I'm unapologetic about it. And we need games like that, so that's cool.
Yeah. So unless anybody else has anything to say, our little 15 minutes of HammerFight talk
it's
might just
almost
be over.
been 13 minutes.
All right. Yeah, I don't know. I still recommend it. It's inexpensive. I think I haven't actually checked this, but I think you can still get this from the website, and it's only available on Steam. Other than that, you will not find this on GOG, sadly. And there's no console version, as far as I know.
Yeah.
But I still recommend it. I think it's a fun little thing, and check it out. If you like it, you like it, and if not, you're out. What, $6 or something like that?
Well, the best part about that is it is free, so it's not like it's going to cost you an arm and a leg to try this.
It's free?
Didn't you say it was free?
No, I said it's inexpensive. I don't think it's free.
Inexpensive.
Yeah, it's $5. I picked it up for $1.70 when it was on sale over summer.
Yeah, because that was basically what we all did. We bought things on the summer sale.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how I got this and Ghostbusters for $3 total.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Fair enough.
Okay, well, I mean, unless, like I said, I'm going to give anybody a chance to have another opinion, say what they need.
All right.
No? All right. Well, I get it. There's not a lot to say about it, especially if you didn't play it.
Yeah, I've given my conclusion on it a few times. That I would have liked to be able to play it. I am just not good enough. And I'll have to try the multiplayer to see if I enjoy that, and I'm sure I will.
Right.
That's my conclusion on HammerFight today.
All right. Okay, so George doesn't like it. We know that. That's fine.
I didn't say that. It's not my cup of tea.
I'm just giving you shit, George. It's all good. All right, guys.
All right.
This has been Twinstiq Game Club, Part 2, HammerFight. There's not a lot about it. I still recommend it. Give it a shot. It's cheap.
Sweet.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.
Whoa.
Yeah, do we want to nominate some games?
Oh, yeah. We have to roll new games. I was getting ahead of myself. Stay around.
Do we all have a game that we are ready to nominate?
Yes.
I have a game.
I just know Cody's not going to like my choice.
That's fine. I might. You have no idea. You don't know me.
I know you well
You don't
enough.
know my life.
I know
You're
you
not my
well enough.
mom.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, as long as everybody knows that this is the game that they're going to nominate this next round of games, I think we can all say what our games are. That way people can have time to go pick them all up. That way everyone knows what we're rolling for, and everyone knows what games to start trying to go on the hunt for to pick up and stuff.
Sure.
So, Jason, since you just talked about what you are doing, you want to give us a rundown of what game you're going to be nominating for the next round?
Sure. I'm going to recommend Mark of the Ninja.
Ooh. Good game.
Yeah.
Mark of the Ninja. And I'm only going to do the first one, not the expansion. Because I
There's an
actually have not
expansion?
played the expansion. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I have it. I haven't played it yet. But there is an expansion for it.
Well, I'll have to get that one of these days. I love that game.
Mark of the Ninja is great. Also, not very expensive. Hopefully, at this point, it might still be in the $10 range.
It might still be
but I
$10,
don't know.
but that's about what I paid for it, I think, and it's certainly worth that. I feel.
Yeah, it's definitely worth
It's
it.
$15 still, but I mean,
Okay.
that's pretty close to
Yeah,
our
it's
money
15
limit.
bucks on Steam. I don't know if it's on PlayStation or not.
Yeah, I actually don't know.
It is. I believe it's on everything.
It's probably the same price though.
Yes, I'd imagine so. But we do have fall sales coming up here soon, so if it's not the game we're playing immediately next, you'll probably be able to pick it up on a sale soon.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, so
Awesome.
a quick little rundown of Mark of the Ninja. Mark of the Ninja is a stealth game, or claims to be.
it is not on PlayStation. It is on 360, though.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Well then, PC it is.
Yep. It is a stealth game where you are, of course, a ninja, as the game would tell you, as the title would suggest.
It would be crazy if you were playing as a Mark.
That's right.
Wait, I thought it was a pirate game. Come on.
Pirate game. Yeah, yar. So it's fun. Lots of cool, lots of cool mechanics. Really good, really cool, cell drawn art. Very cool stuff. I like it a lot. It was a great game. I would love to recommend it now.
Which is why you're doing it. Yeah.
That's why I'm doing it. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Let's go to George.
Sure.
What are
Okay.
you nominating here for your second round game?
I am torn between two games right now, so let me go to Grey Wolf first, and I'll make up my
Okay.
mind.
All right, Grey Wolf.
Or I'll let you guys choose out of the two, one of the two.
Okay, so we're going to be playing To the Moon,
To the moon.
which is a really, really beautiful game. It's not very long. It's totally worth playing, and I hope everyone enjoys it.
From what
Yeah.
I've played of it, it was one of the best written games I'd played in a while. So
There-
I'm
there
very
is
excited
one-
to check that one out again.
One terrible section in it, but we'll get there when we get there.
That's pretty cheap on Steam right now, so...
Okay.
Oh, and it's rated overwhelmingly positive.
Yes.
I've never seen that before.
Well, Mark of the Ninja is overwhelmingly positive, so
Oh, was it? I didn't see that.
yes.
Yeah, take that.
I believe To the Moon's also on GOG if people are looking for it there instead. All right.
Yeah.
Did you make up your mind in that?
No,
minute there?
you go.
All right. I'm going to nominate Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons.
I just got that, picked that up in the Humble Bundle.
Well, that's another reason to nominate it then. This is a very unique adventure game. If anyone has played Journey, it's very similar to that in terms of there is a very clear goal that your characters that you're playing as need to go to, and you go on a very long, epic adventure in a fantasy world to get there.
Yeah.
You control two brothers at the same time. This is a game where you 100% need to play it with a controller. There is very little point in playing it on keyboard. Because you play as two characters at the same time. You control one brother with the left analog stick and one brother with the right analog stick. Controller 100% necessary for that game. But it is an incredible little tale, and I love it to death. And so that's why I'm going to make all you fuckers play it.
I think you probably ought to bring out a box of tissues, too, because that game is Emotional as crap.
Yes. Yes. But also fairly short and pretty inexpensive, if I do so remember. Alright, True.
All right, I'm still torn, but I know how things would go if I went with my second choice because it is such a larger game. We'd never get through it. So I'm going to nominate one of my favorite games of all time, simply for story-wise, because I know gameplay will irritate some people. But I'm going with Alan Wake.
Alan Wake.
Alan Wake.
I absolutely adore this game. It's one of those games. It's primarily the reason I still hold on to my Xbox 360 is so I can still play that. But now that I know it's on PC, I can kind of get rid of that. Then there'll only be truly one reason I'm holding on to my 360, and yeah. But So yeah, Alan Wake. If you're a big fan of stuff like Twin Peaks and X-Files and stuff like that, you're gonna really like this game. It's a psychological thriller, slash kind of horror elements. It depends how you do with jump scares. Like, it never really scared me, but it really captivated me, and it definitely made me feel tense at parts. So yeah, I'm nominating this over the other one that I was going to do was going to be L.A. Noire, but
Oh god.
it's a
that's
Rockstar
pretty
game. It's a Rockstar game, so like I couldn't really tell people like just do the story missions because with Rockstar,
Yeah, I
level
had
up.
thought about nominating a while ago, but I was thinking instead of having people play the whole game, I was gonna have them just play like the first like maybe 3 cases.
Yeah,
Because you get the gist of what that is, and then if you really wanted to see what the story was, we can go.
So my choice is going to be Alan Wake. Adored this game. Really hope Remedy brings out a sequel and not the sequel that they released. They said wasn't a sequel, but
Is that American Nightmare? I've heard
Yeah.
very good things about that, actually.
I never played it, but apparently it doesn't take place in the continuity, or it does, but it's a what-if dream continuity kind of thing.
Okay.
So I want you to play Alan Wake. If I get chosen, it does have. It looks like maybe they. I don't know what comes with the. I know there's 2 expansions that continue on the story, but we'll deal with that when the time comes because you play those after you beat the game. So we'll deal with that when the time comes.
Yeah, I'm checking to see if I still have it because. How old is this game? 'Cause it's still $30.
It came out in 2012.
It's still $30 on Steam, but I think I have it already.
Is it $30? Oh wow, it is $30 on Steam. Wow. Okay, so
Microsoft.
yeah,
It's $30 on GOG as well, just in case you wanted to know.
Oh, okay.
sorry, my choice is a little bit more expensive, but in my opinion, it's really worth it, especially if you're somebody that's really into story. It's seriously one of the best stories I've played in like a decade. To the point that I probably played this game 5 times in a row. That it was just that amazing of a story. So.
Awesome.
Well, I've been looking for an excuse to buy it. Actually, I haven't picked it up. So.
Did you roll to see who are we? What's our numbers?
So, I've got the numbers here. Sorry, I was just pulling up Steam to see if I had Alan Wake or not, but I'll look at that later. Doesn't look like I do. Huh? I could have sworn I had that game. Oh.
Maybe you have it on GOG.
I have that, and I have American Nightmare. I don't know how I got either of those games, but I have both of them. All right. That's the thing about Steam. Sometimes you just get things and you don't even know when it happened.
American Nightmare was free on GOG for a while, so if you have it in your GOG library, that's probably how you got it.
I have it on Steam. It was probably in a bundle at some point. Alright, anyway, so, as we can see on the video here, we've got Mark of the Ninja as, if we roll a 1, it'll be Mark of the Ninja to the moon for number 2. Did not plan for it to be that way. Although I guess Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons would have also been fine in the number 2 slot, and then Alan Wake as a 4. All right, we're just gonna roll it once. It should show up on the video perfectly fine. 3 was Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons.
Awesome.
Doo-doo. Pretty short game. Takes maybe 2 hours, 2.5 hours to beat. So that'll be
Okay, so we're just playing through it all.
Yep.
Then, okay.
Yeah, right on.
Aaron's already crying.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, play Brothers this week. I think I've played it a couple times. It's a lot like Journey. Like, even though you know where everything is gonna go, it's still good on a replay. So if you're like, $15 for this, come on, that's kind of spendy. It's worth it. It's still definitely worth it. So play Brothers. Come meet us back here same time next week, and we will discuss it. And once again, if you do want to join in on our discussions, hit me up on Twitter or DM the Twinstiq Twitter account, and we'll give anyone who does a link to come join us in the Hangouts discussion and talk about the game.
Yeah.
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 All right, guys. That's it. I'll have to write up a little thing for that to put it up on Twinstiq, and I'll probably do that sometime later today.
Yeah, I'm logging into the Google group right now. The Steam group right now, just so I can.
I think it's already on there. If it's not, then I'm crazy.
No, because
If anyone has an extra copy of Alan Wake on Steam, I would very much appreciate it.
I'm gonna remove some of these games because we're not actually playing them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's probably a
I'm
good
gonna
plan.
remove.
Yeah.
a lot
I
of
mean,
them.
don't get me wrong. I mean, I still have it on 360, and I can bust out my
Okay,
360.
Yeah, I haven't
fine.
played it at all on Steam yet. Oh no, I did. I guess I did try it on Steam.
I know you're going to
remember
complain
I remember
because
playing it on 360, but I don't remember.
you're going to
actually
complain
playing it on
because you
Steam.
already said you hate that kind of gameplay.
I just
but
wasn't. I didn't hate it. I just wasn't a big fan of the shooting mechanics when I played it. But I remember playing it on 360, so it might be better on PC. But I just felt like it was very ludonarratively dissonant in terms to what the story was. But we'll talk about that when we play Alan Wake, I suppose.
All right.
Anyway.
So I guess maybe I won't be premature this time in saying thanks for watching.
No.
This is the Twinstiq GameClub Part 2.
I thought we already did that.
We did already.
He just did it at
This
the
is
wrong
deja vu.
time. All right.
Cool beans.
Anyway, yeah,
Cool.
thank you guys for watching. We've already got the games rolled, and hopefully you guys will join us this time next week. Thank you so much. Twinstiq Game Club out.
Goodbye, everybody.